Good morning. I'm back.
Yay!
Yay! I'm not caught up on my sleep yet, though.
It takes a while.
Oh, gosh. And you know what? We had such a great time. It was a photography tour with Pam Holland, but but half of our group were also quilters. So as we went around the country, we were looking at both cool things to photograph, but things we could also use in our quilts. And so I brought a few photos. I'm not going to show you all 800 or 900 of them, but I brought a few that
would be kind of fun, really.
Yes.
Probably not enough time.
Not enough time today. And so if we can just show the photos. This is Kylemore Abbey, and the reflection on that water was absolutely stunning. They also had a beautiful Victorian garden. And they're a little behind on their season this year, so the gardens will be really pretty in a month. We just had a few flowers that we're growing now.
Now this looks like one you could do a stitched design of that.
Yes.
Oh,
you could do thread stitching, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, and you know their main exports are peat. We get more peat from there than any place else in the country, in the world, and cows and sheep. And I just want you to look because these cows are grazing right along the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, there's a big drop-off right there if they happen to take the wrong step.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And sheep. There were sheep everywhere. We were in many areas in the mountains where they turned the sheep loose and just let them graze on the mountains. And they marked the sheep with different colors on their back. So some would have red markings, red and blue, green, red and green. And so that was how, when they bring them out of the mountains, that's how they sort them out when they come down. And
oh, how cute.
Flip back to the one right before this, because not only did we have sheep in the mountains, but we were riding in our bus, and these were 3 sheep that were coming right at us. And I was sitting in the front row, so I was able to get a good picture out the front window. But you can see the markings on their backs.
Right.
And the other thing that we just had a lot of fun with is they look like they have on black stocking and high heels.
They're out on the town, Bonnie.
They are. We also had a wild cow out on the road one day when we were traveling. And what was probably the coolest thing was, this goes to show you that every color of green goes together. And the fields, in this particular case, they are separated by a hedgerow. So a lot of places they don't put fence up, they just put a hedge. Other places where the soil was really rocky, all of the fences were made of rocks, just piled rocks. They'd take them out of the fields and make their fences with that. And I looked at your shirt today, Betsy, and that reminded me of, we drove by these fields, and the first thing everybody said is, what is that? And it's a plant called rapeseed, and it's a forerunner to canola oil. So they use it like for extra virgin oil and use it in cookings, but it also is used for grazing for the animals. And so it was flowering, and they don't really grow grain there. Really, the animals are there, how they use their farmland. But every once in a while, this bright chartreusey yellow field would show up.
Well, and wouldn't that be a beautiful combination of colors for a quilt? Because you would have your subtle blues, and then you've got the dark greens, and then a blast of color with that.
Yeah, really.
That's really pretty.
All right. And we also went to St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin. And probably the coolest thing about this, aside from the fact that it being a cathedral and it was beautiful on the inside, but the floors were quilt patterns.
Oh, look at that.
Look at the floor.
That would make a gorgeous quilt, Bonnie.
It would. It would. So we looked at stuff like that. Every place we went, we were looking for ideas. And the other thing that we saw at the very end of dinner one night was a double rainbow. And it was so vivid that it came right down into the trees. When you look at that one, it's right there behind that one tree, but it was across the lake, so we couldn't go find the pot of gold.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn.
I was hoping that you would say that you found it.
I was waiting for the leprechaun end of the story.
But it was really fun, and it was a beautiful rainbow, and the fact that it was a double rainbow made it even more special.
Yeah, did you see any leprechauns?
No, but we saw fairy trees.
Well,
You know, they have places over there where they moved the road because there was a tree that they thought was a fairy tree, and nobody was going to disturb that fairy tree.
That's very wise. Those
Yes,
fairies don't care for that.
That's right, that's right. And believe me, I think they believed it too. Well, anyway, it was a great trip, and but I'm always glad to be home too.
We're
and
so
sleep
happy
in my
to have
own
you
bed.
back. Yes, we're so happy to have you back.
Well, I know you've been busy, Betsy. We have a survey, right?
We do. We have a survey on piecing techniques, and we would love for you to participate. We have the link in the description. If you'd like to click on that, it'll take you directly to the survey, and you can give us your thoughts on 5 quick questions about piecing techniques.
that was a good survey because it brought to mind a lot of things that I hadn't thought about in a while.
Yes. The first question goes through a list of several different piecing techniques, and if you don't see your favorite on there, please add it in the comments.
In the other category.
Right, because
Yes.
it will add it to our list whenever we get the results next week on point.
Good.
Well, and speaking of piecing, we have a beautiful quilt hanging behind us.
It is gorgeous.
Yes, this is Happy as a Clam, sewn by Monique Baczewski and quilted by Betty Kuykendall.
And those are some really happy
Now,
clams.
it's a gorgeous quilt because the arches are actually flanges, so it's very three-dimensional. We are pleased to have this here at our studio today because it's waiting in line to be photographed for the 2020 QuiltArt Engagement Calendar.
Right. Well, and we are probably pretty sure that she used foundation piecing to do those points because they are just beautifully accurate, and precision is one of those things that we want when we do foundation piecing.
Sure.
She nailed it. It's beautiful.
Okay, and
So quilt shows are coming up. We're getting ready for fall. I know it seems like quiet time to everyone else, but this is busy, 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 getting ready for the fall to start. So what quilt shows are coming up, Bonnie?
well, registration is open for everyone right now for Grand Rapids, and some of those classes are filling up, so you want to make sure you go in and take a look so maybe you can get your favorite instructor. And next Tuesday, we open, that's May 22nd, we open registration for AQS members for the Fall Paducah show.
Yay.
I know, and we have some great teachers. And if you're not a member, it isn't too late for you to go sign up and get it so that you'll get sent the link, which is what happens. All of our members will get a link to go in and register, and you have to have that link to get in there early.
Now these are very beautiful. You have some gorgeous things on the table, and you happen to have an adorable scarf on.
We do.
Well, do you know, we saw these scarves, and several of the ladies had bought them, and they were either in black and white or black and green, neither of which really are the color I wear around my face. But I found, on the last day in the woolen shop, I found this one that was fuchsia, and I thought, oh, it's a blue-red, I can wear this one. But it is kind of fun, and actually they make their scarves really wide. Look how wide this scarf is. So you could actually use it as a shawl.
Sure.
You could do some other things
wonderful.
with it as well. And these little babies are really fine wool, and what's fun about
they're
them
wool
is
as well.
that, yes, they are wool, but they're woven in a zigzag pattern, and then they've scrunched them together so you get this beautiful texture.
It's beautiful, and they're exquisitely soft.
Well, and of course, you know, we always make a big fuss about chocolate.
Oh yes, because we love chocolate.
Yes, we do. We do love chocolate.
And I'm so happy to know Ireland has chocolate. That's the only reason to go, I would think.
No. Well, and also I put this on a crystal plate because we did go to the Celtic Crystal Factory.
Oh, wow.
And got to watch them actually engrave a bowl, and on the bottom of it they engraved a rose. Oh my gosh. 7 years to apprentice before you can actually touch the glass and make something there.
Wow, pretty.
But this is a plate I had at home, but I thought that would be a nice way to display these. And so these are little shamrock chocolate.
How cute.
So
Those are beautiful.
I brought these back for our staff. They always like chocolate.
They definitely will take advantage of that.
We do.
It was actually kind of hard to sit here and not
Right, and
try
we
it.
smell it.
Well, and you know what? I was going to count them because I know that Alan likes to count them. And so, but nope, there's 12 of them there. That's what we started with.
That
2,
is
4,
fantastic.
6, 8, 10. Yeah, 12. Yeah. You checked. Well, he was grinning. I thought it was kind of like the Cheshire Cat back there. So, well, we have lots of stuff coming up. The 3 fall shows, we're busy working on all of those. You're busy working on the next issue of your magazine.
I am, and I'm getting ready to head out to market tomorrow. So we'll see you in Portland if you're going to be there.
Wonderful. And on the member only access area, we have 30 flower applique patterns that we're counting down throughout May. And so we've got those at 1 a day. You can get a new flower applique pattern.
Wow.
Those are really pretty. It could really give somebody some great inspiration for a beautiful garden
So much
quilt.
fun.
Yeah, nice summery quilt.
It's a lot of fun to get to spend time with the flowers.
Right.
Well, and so I guess you'll be back next week, and Betsy and I'll both be here.
Yes.
So
We'll be here.
we hope you'll join us next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time, right here in the AQS studio.